Hello and welcome. I wanted to preview the interactive hands-on labs platform called Qwiklabs and how you're actually going to be practicing a lot of the things that you're going to learn here inside of real Google Cloud Platform accounts. But you don't need your own credentials, those are actually going to be provided for you. So let's take a look at how the labs platform is set up. On the right-hand side is your instructions pane for the actual lab. Now this lab is a meta lab, it's all about Qwiklabs in general, but whatever your course is, this is where the instructions for completing the lab are going to take place. So you always want to keep this prompt open. Now, once you actually click Start Lab, a provisioned instance of the Google Cloud Platform, complete with any additional instances, or say you're working with VMs, if there's something that the lab provider wanted you to have, it's actually going to be created inside of this lab instance for you, which is great. It's a sandbox instance. Now, once you notice I click Start Lab, I have 15 minutes to complete this lab. I promise you that the timers are going to be associated with additional padding for the labs that you're going to do. This isn't going to take us 15 minutes. This will take us maybe about 5 minutes. So now, as I mentioned before, you have the username and password and a project ID. What I'll ask you to do now is click on Open Google Console. And once you've opened Google Console, you'll be asked to sign in with your email. Now, the key thing here is if you used Google Resources before, immediately you'll start typing in your personal email. I do it all the time. Make sure you go back to your lab credentials screen and copy and paste the username that's auto-generated for you. This is going to be unique for you. And it's actually going to be unique for every lab that you run. So you're going to be creating a new student account for each lab that you run. Copy and paste that password, which is going to be different from mine, so don't worry about copying that down. Click Next in your browser, paste in that password, accept the terms. Don't worry about setting up a secondary phone number. Accept the terms of the Google Cloud Platform. And once you see a screen that looks like this, then you're good to go. Make sure, a key tidbit, is this is your project selector. It should be this auto-generated Qwiklabs alphanumeric. If you should happen to see something that says either select a project, or if you see something that says Qwiklabs resources, you actually want to click on this and make sure to select your alphanumeric Qwiklabs ID, and then go ahead and hit open. Once you're within here, you're good to go. So follow the instructions for the rest of the lab. It's going to guide you through what products and services that you're going to be working with. You can access the menu of products and services in the upper left-hand corner here, or if it's a lab that's working with Cloud Shell, all the way up here is the button to activate Cloud Shell, which will bring open that terminal instance for Google Cloud Platform. Last few things. Back here, you'll see that our timer is automatically running still. Once you're completed with the lab, you're done with it. Now make sure in order to get your completion stats properly recorded, click on End Lab. You'll be faced with a prompt that says, are you all done? Once you click End Lab, your project, any data sets, anything that you've been working with inside of this sandbox project is going to be deleted. So make sure if you have any queries that you're running or any interesting notes that you have saved inside of your Google Cloud Platform Qwiklabs account, that you copy and paste those and save them somewhere else. Perhaps in your own personal Google Cloud Platform account or somewhere locally on your machine. And once you've clicked End Lab, then you can enter feedback for the lab and you can continue moving on. So again, quick recap. The number one key things to remember is in order to get those credentials here on the left-hand side, you have to click Start Lab, which again kicks off the timer. And there's no way to pause once the lab is started, but again, keep in mind you have multiple attempts. And lastly, click on End Lab when you're ready to complete out the lab that you've been working on. That's it. Good luck with the lab and enjoy.